Shalom family, this is me, Mary C, coming to you yet again with another video. Well, we are dealing with a whole bunch of worldly events, and most of it is just not good. But you know what? We are told to occupy until he comes. So that's what I am doing. I don't know what you're doing, but that's what I'm doing. And so at this point in time, because of the season that we're in, I am looking forward to my planting. So I want to come to you and talk to you today about seeds, getting your seeds. So here's what I did. Occupy until he comes. I went over to two different places. First, I went over to Walmart, and Walmart has seeds available. And my suggestion to you is to go over to and get your seeds before they get picked over, and you just get what's left. So, and right now you have the option of buying seeds that are fairly expensive and seeds that are, I've got this little piece of here that's standing straight up, or seeds that are like truly inexpensive, pretty cheap. So I went over, and I'm, you know me, frugal Mary. I went over to Walmart and I picked up these seeds, and I bought thousands of them. Well, not really, but I got a lot of seeds. I bought a lot of seeds. So here's what I did. I bought the American seed, which I've used these before. So if you're ever wondering whether or not these guys work, they do work. And you can grow your food using these American seeds. American seed brand. You see on here, I paid 20 cents for this one here. Now, personally, I'm not an okra person. Can't stand this stuff. Last year we planted okra, and I'm telling you that bad fella grew to about a little over 6 feet tall and gave us tons of okra, which I in turn gave to my mom, because I'm not an okra person. I don't eat them, but she loves them. And so we planted them. My husband actually did it. He's a mama's guy. And when I say he's a mama's guy, he is thoroughly loved by my mom, and he loves her dearly as well. But he can do no wrong in her eyes, and he loves that. So she'll take his side before she'll take my side. So you guys need to get on Big Mama about that. But no, in truth, she knows he's a good guy. He's a good man. So anyways, he planted last year okra for her, and it did really, really well. So I always buy okra, and just so that you know, if you're out buying seeds for food for yourself and for your family, it's okay, especially if they're as inexpensive as 20 cents for a pack of seeds. It's okay to buy things that you or your family may not eat, because if you grow them, or if you have the seeds, you may be able to barter with someone else who likes this or who has a need for it. So it can be a bargaining tool as well. So anyways, I picked up most of my seeds. I picked up from Walmart were of the 20-cent variety, like this, like the okra. So I got myself some garden beans and cilantro, some carrots, cantaloupe, you name it, peppers. I got tons of different seeds, different kinds of seeds. Okay, so I went over and got that, my chives, and I got a bunch of them. Like I said, what they also had were more expensive ones, and of course I just went up a level. I didn't go up too far because I am frugal, but I did go up a level because I couldn't find the broccoli, and I like to do broccoli in the 20-cent variety, but I was able to find it for 50 cents. So I went ahead, same brand, it's American seed, so I went ahead and spent a little bit more to get the broccoli, because the stuff that they have in the stores is horrible. It's like eating straw. It's just no good. It's like eating straw. And so I got some of that in a 50 cent spinach as well. But those are the only ones that I spent 50 cents on. For the most part, everything else I got for 20 cents. So go over to Walmart, pick up your seeds if you're going to get them, and get them now while you have a pretty good variety that you can actually pick from. So Walmart was one place that I went to for seeds. The other place that I went to for seeds, and I'm going to try to make this video pretty fairly quick, but the other place that I went to for seeds, and again, it is American Seed is the brand, but I have not had any problems with it. And so I picked up these guys here at the Dollar Tree. And notice it says on here, can you see that? 4 for $1. And I thought I was going to have to do 4 for $1.25 because they went up in their prices. But it wasn't. It was about 4 for $1. And so I picked up tons of these guys over at Dollar Tree. And I did look at the date on all of them. They all say December 2022. So for the most part, they last pretty good. So far for me, they have been. So, and again, if I can't use them, someone else can. So I just pick up what I can when I can. So go over, they have a pretty good variety, just like Walmart had a pretty good variety. And so I just picked up what we eat. Grow what you eat what you grow. And so I got those guys. But here I wanted to talk a little bit also about when you go to the store and you get your produce, your cucumbers, your lemons, whatever you're going to get. Remember, family, or even from your garden from last year. Remember this right here bag, it's got lemon seeds in it from $8.21. If you get produce from the grocery store, save your seeds. Save your seeds, especially if what you've gotten is organic. Save your seeds. And that way you're adding to your seed bank. And then when you grow the previous year, save your seeds for the next year. So these are from my stevia plant. I got seeds from my stevia plant. So anyhow, keep your seeds. So I put them in these brown bags, brown baggy size bags, cucumber seeds. So I just hang on to them. And so I'm adding to my seeds that way. I'm adding to my seeds from my garden, previous year's harvest. And then I'm adding to my seed bank from grocery store produce. I keep all those seeds. Avocados, I mean, you name them. Cherries. Just keep your seeds. Save your seeds. Your peppers and everything else. And the other thing I wanted to kind of give you a tip on is, let me show you. When I buy, and I'll tell you, I bought grape tomatoes. Not these particular ones, because this is probably a very old container that I have in front of me. But I bought tomatoes not too long ago. They were horrible. They were horrible. Food, again, doesn't taste like it used to. How do you mess up a raw tomato? I don't get that. It was horrible. The flavor was like eating water almost, because it had almost no flavor to it, and it was bitter, kind of sour, horrible tomatoes. So I'm so used to my garden variety of tomatoes, and they're always delicious, that I can't do the grocery store tomatoes or cucumbers. I can't stomach them. So anyhow, if you've gotten groceries, your produce, and you get these little clear containers, keep them. Clean them out, and when you go out to your garden and you want to, pick some tomatoes or what have you, you can store them in these kind of containers for free. Well, you already paid for whatever was in them, but pretty much you have a new container. So reuse whatever you have. So I'm going to take that and throw that over to the side, and I want to talk about reuse also. When you're planting, I'll give you some ideas. When you're getting ready to plant, this is the biodegradable egg carton that you can use to put seed starters in. Just put your soil in, throw a couple of seeds in, put this on a tray that won't leak, and water it, and let your seeds start right here. And you can separate them if you need to, but for the most part, I would keep them just like they are, and just add the seeds to it. The soil and the seeds to it. So you've got, this is a planter, a seed starter planter, if you will. So keep your egg cartons in that way, especially the ones that are made out of paper, and then that way you can plant your seeds in those guys. The other thing that I have done is, I want you to see first this clear container. See the clear container? This was a container that held spinach. Raw spinach was in it for like salads and what have you. That's what was in this thing. And it had a top to it. And I don't have the top on it right now. I got rid of the top because I want to use it specifically for seed starting. And inside, I have taken and put empty or used up toilet paper rolls. Also biodegradable, so you can plant your seeds in it. I had one that was already cut up. But anyways, I can't find it right now, but that's okay. But anyways, here's what you're going to do. If you're going to use these for seed starting, all you need is the paper, the toilet paper roll, and then I cut a little bit of the bottom. I put a little, I go into the four sides of it, and I cut into it a little bit here, just like so. And then I take and I fold, see the cuts, and then just fold these in just a little bit. And then it doesn't have to be perfect. I just fold it in a little bit like that at the bottom. See? I don't know if you can see that or not. I just fold it up a little bit, and it won't stay. So it's okay. And I just press it just so that it's like that. So you've got a folded bottom. You fill this with dirt, soil, and then you drop your seeds in. And then you put it back. And you see I put it here. And once you put it back in, of course, it's going to be shorter than the rest of them. But all the rest of them, you're going to do the same way. Put your soil in and drop your seeds in, and then water it. And then you've got a seed starter here, fairly inexpensive, and you're reusing old items. So that's something that I've done. And the good thing about this, same thing with the egg carton, because it's biodegradable. Now it'll start wearing down every time you water. It'll start wearing down a little bit. But the good thing is you can cut. And in this case, you can cut the egg carton, but with this case here, in this case, you can just take this whole thing and plant it into your garden. So it just goes into the soil, and it'll disintegrate after a while because it's paper, and it won't harm anything. And that's why I don't particularly make sure that this is really securely closed. It doesn't have to be, because you're going to have roots growing and what have you. So you can just put this in the soil, and it will disintegrate or go away. It'll work perfectly for seed starting, that you can just take straight from your plastic container here straight to your outside garden or your pot, whichever one that you're going to put it in. So I use those. I've used those before. And a good thing to do also is to have yourself a handy dandy marker. This all goes where my seeds are at. So I have my marker along with all of my trays, and I think I've got another tray. But before I get to the tray, let me tell you, I have the craft sticks. Some people call them popsicle sticks. These happen to be from a new box, or the box isn't new, but unused sticks. They're popsicle sticks. If you have children, they eat popsicles, just clean them off and save them, and you can use them the same way. It just so happened that I was doing some projects or what have you and needed a box, and so I bought a box, and this box has been with me forever. And this is what I use to mark up my plants so that I can tell what they are. So if this is a pepper that I put in here, I will write on here with the marker, using my marker, and I will write peppers and stick that in the soil so that I know what each one of these guys are. So popsicle sticks help when it comes to labeling. And now if you had a garden beforehand, you bought the, oh, and you can use also paper towel rolls. So I just want to you just cut it to the size that you need. So I just want to put that in out there too. And if you've ever bought mushrooms from the store, they usually come in these type of little bins. And so when I would get my mushrooms, whether, you know, they were always the raw mushrooms is what I'm talking about. And when I would get these things, I would take and empty them out. Of course, I'd use and eat my mushrooms. But I would clean these guys out, and these make perfect planters. And if you need to, you can use 2 of them. And you would punch the holes, a few holes in the bottom of one, and then you would sit them because they nest right inside of each other. You could sit one inside of the other so that you don't have the spillovers of when you water them. But anyways, I use these guys as well for my seed starting and my planting. And then I just transfer it if you know, because of course you don't want to want your plants to fully grow in here. If you're doing a garden, you want to transfer them from this to your garden, and that's what I do. But if you've bought plants from Walmart or Menards or any of those other places, and this is not a clean one, it's a dirty one. You can see I took and pulled the plant out of it from last year, and I just went over to my garage and picked up another one, picked it up. So anyhow, you pull the plant out. A lot of people throw these things away. I don't. I hang on to them, and I hang on to the trays. So when I go to Menards or those places and I buy plants that I'm going to put in my garden, I will ask them, can I have the tray? And a lot of times I will fill up a tray with plants and just take the whole tray and everything. So that's what I do. So I have the tray and I have the actual planter that sits inside. And so this year I will probably fill this up with the rest of these guys. It'll be filled up, put my soil in and put my seeds in, and I have a tray good to go. So when I go out to the garden, I just pop it out of the little bin here, and I am good to go. So I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything. I think that's pretty much it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff on the side of me here, but I think that's pretty much it. If you have the opportunity and you've got the cash, go get yourself some seeds. I had already said beforehand, if you can order them online, order them online. But Walmart and the Dollar Tree both have seeds for less than, 25 cents is the most. Well, no, I paid 50 cents for the one. Excuse me, for the few. But for the most part, they were 20 cents or 25 cents. So I paid a little bit more for my seeds that I got at the Dollar Tree than I paid for the ones that I got at Walmart. Get them while you can. And then family, because it's important. With the way things are going right now, with the way the food is in our stores, it doesn't taste like it's supposed to. There's something wrong with it. And not only that, we're facing the shortages. So keep that in mind. So eat what you grow what you eat. It's important. Get your seeds. That's like gold to your tummy. Okay? So get your seeds. And I just wanted to do this quick video to encourage you. Go out now while you can. Get your seeds and get yourself geared up and get ready. Get your Farmer Joe's hat out, your straw hat, and get out and get ready to get in the yard. If you haven't already started, do it, and do it now. I love you so dearly. But know this, our Heavenly Father, He loves you so much more. Thanks for watching. Shalom.